1 2 1 2. Okay, I'm in a point where I have exceeded my screen time 12 plus hours a day, and I don't think it's reasonable. But in my vintage shop, more than 400 orders, like few days time. So I've been glued to my phone. I'm in a process to sell everything as living UK. Surprise, surprise. Vinted is not available in the country where I'm moving. So, and talking about shoes, oh my god, I mentioned in another video the ballerina square toe shoes style, proper ballerina style. Brand is La Bottine Suarantine. It's leather with the satin knee ribbons and the suede toe. Goes so well with my outfit what I'm wearing today. Here you go. But today I want to talk about designer vintage clothes. I love designer brands. I love like Ralph Lauren, as you know. I don't like everything from Ralph Lauren, but there is pieces which I love. Why you don't see me selling lots of vintage designer? Why you don't see me buying vintage designer? Not hardly. Like maybe Ralph Lauren is the most I would. That's about it, I guess. When I'm finding really unique pieces, really something one-off type of piece, and you kind of know like no one else gonna wear it. Ralph Lauren example, as a designer for new and for vintage, there's a high chance like somebody else gonna have exact same piece. Like example, if I buy something and I see so many people wearing it, totally puts me off. It's really tricky like what I actually wear rather than what influencers wear. I think that's why Instagram as an app and Instagram like ethos for fashion influencers didn't sit with me well, because everybody's just wearing exactly the same thing. If you go for fashion weeks, all the influencers, fashion influencers, they're wearing exactly the same thing. There's no uniqueness. It's not like, is it their style or is it what the brands want to see them in? Like, I don't feel like influencers as this if they don't really mix the garments, mixing menswear and womenswear together to get the look. Even throw in some kids wear if you need to. I don't feel like it's actually really unique style what we've been served with. So I think that's why I'm like, I didn't enjoy it that much. Talking about designer clothes, why I don't buy designer clothes. I've seen tons of designer clothes. In London, I wouldn't buy it. It's really overpriced, and that's about it. I don't really even go really to London to do vintage shopping. I think that's why I get so many sales, because it's not that overpriced. It's reasonably priced. And when I worked in Selfridges, I noticed is that although the price tags are like high, the quality is not that great. Let's say check mousse. I saw the tops like they're so expensive, and for the sale time it goes down to £10. With your stuff discount, you're gonna get it for £5. Polyester, ripped top, and the seams are already like ripped. So then I'm thinking like, should I even invest my money into this and then every second person gonna wear it? That's why I've been finding myself loving vintage that much, and especially the brands maybe you even haven't heard of. Years ago made, still holding the shape, they still had the stitches together, the fabric looks amazing, design is like modern, it's classic, what you can wear any year, any age, still there to serve you on the second, third, fifth round. Knows how many owners it had before, and now you're gonna have it and you're gonna enjoy it, you're gonna wear it. I have a good example. I have essential pieces and I can't sell essentials on Vinted app because they say it is fake. And it's bought from Selfridges. I know, because we launched it. I was there for the launch and everything. The folk for kids wear essentials. Biker shorts are up there, but I don't know, the other pieces, they were saying authentication process, they say it's fake and it's not authentic. So then I started to think, that's why I really don't buy designer, because any time frame somebody can just think it's fake. Designer clothes is so tricky. If you haven't really worked in a luxury designer brands and you're not really into that, how do you know that this piece what you're holding up in a vintage shop is authentic? Like, how do you know? I wouldn't know because I'm not into it. I honestly wouldn't know if there's a Chanel jacket hanging there. Or example, Burberry. If I said Burberry, I'm like, oh my god, that looks like made in China. I don't think like this vintage shop can have 8 of Burberry trench coat hanging just like that with £300 for vintage Burberry. I just don't know. Like, I just get suspicious. I'm like, I don't know. That's how I feel about designer vintage. I can't be sure that is real deal. Especially with vintage designers, they use a lot of polyester and some other materials, and if you see the care labels, most of the designer pieces says dry clean only. My type of person who had so much piles and piles of vintage clothes, like collecting vintage clothes, selling vintage clothes. Imagine if I have to dry clean every single piece. That's absurd. That's gonna be so expensive, and then the piece is not worth it. And imagine if they ruining the piece in dry cleaners, like how they ruined my other half's brand new Sandra light wool blazer suit, like which was totally ruined after one time in dry cleaning. And who you gonna argue after that? If you've seen that video, I actually have on my channel the Sandra blazer, where after that I destroyed it. Imagine if this happens with your, let's say, Chanel tweed dress or something, and they're gonna just melt the fabric. Oh, is it like new, or is it vintage, or is it retro? Whatever it is, always check the care label, how to take care of it. If it's dry cleaning, it adds extra on top of the cost what you're paying for. Most important point, there's a pattern takers, there's who gonna sew it together. The sewing process is the most important. All the machines are making straight stitches or overlock stitches. There's no difference in there, but different comes from the person who sew it together. That's where the quality comes from. But me, I'm not so into buying designer vintage. Comment down below if you are, if you own any. It's much easier to like sell the normal clothes specific category, because not everybody wants to buy designer clothes. Not everybody wants and pay for the label if they can find something without the label and even more greater quality which doesn't need dry cleaning. So that's my view on vintage designer pieces. I can't even think anything else rather than taking care of it and being not sure about is it real or not. So this is me today. I hope you enjoyed this episode. So make sure to subscribe, like and comment this video. It's gonna show YouTube that you are interested in this content. It's gonna show me that you're interested in this content, and join the family. Besties are waiting for you. Also, subscribing is free. If you don't want to miss out and have a FOMO, notification bell button is also there. And I will see you next time here on my channel. Bye guys. Bye bestie.